there. It's been a long run for us, for you, me and this show. Today is extra special because we are celebrating 100 episodes of Colors of India, which means we have been around for 2 whole years every week, and that is no small achievement. Well, like I said, for the 100th time, welcome to Colors of India. Let's take a quick look at the main stories this evening. We trace the tradition of wood inlay, move on to a feature about happy bangles, and revisit some of those mouth-watering goodies. Wood is scarce, and ivory band and traditional artists who work creating wood inlay has had to adapt. This is their story. A rhythmic drumming reverberates. Sometimes, when a note is slightly off-key, Omkar Dhawan takes a closer look. In this workshop, he is the music conductor. And the harmonious rhythm is the sound of hammer on wood. For the past 45 odd years, he has worked with artists similar to himself, creating beautifully inlaid decorative furniture. And the nation has honoured him with the title of Shilp Guru in 2010. His sons learned from him like he learned from his father. But over the years, Dhawan has learned that the business of handicraft is no longer what it used to be. He understands that the next generation might just not be interested in continuing what his forefathers had started.
मैं लंदन गया, हैरिस में काम करा मैंने 1990 में। एक मैडम ने ट्रे खरीदी तो उसने बोला यू वांट योर ऑटोग्राफ प्लीज़। कि मैंने कहा हिंदुस्तान में तो किसी ने पूछा नहीं, यहाँ पे लोग ऑटोग्राफ भी ले रहे हैं। तो मुझे अच्छा भी लगा, लेकिन फील भी हुआ, है ना, कि यहाँ तो अमिताभ बच्चन को अगर छींक आ जाए तो वो अखबार में आ जाती है, सचिन को छींक आ जाए तो इस दुनिया में क्रिकेटर होना या फिल्म स्टार होना ही सब कुछ नहीं है। हमें भी उसके लेवल की इज्जत मिली है, सब कुछ मिला है, लेकिन हमारा नाम हमें कोई नहीं पहचानता। ये जो कला है हम लोगों तक सीमित रह गई है, हम जैसी उम्र के लोगों तक सीमित रह गई है। आगे कोई नई जनरेशन इसको करना नहीं चाहती है।
Also known as marquetry, the story of wood inlay spans continents and centuries. In the 16th century, it found great acceptance in Florence, Italy, where it was practiced on marble, until the same was done on wood at Antwerp. Around the same time, the conquering armies of the Mughals brought the style to India, where under the patronage of the growing Mughal Empire in the north and the Mysore royalty in the south, ivory inlaid wood became highly fashionable. The geometric patterns and the designs of flora and fauna re-emphasize the Islamic influence.
मैं डायरेक्ट जैसे टेबल बनानी है तो उसके ऊपर पेंसिल लेकर उसके ऊपर ड्रॉ करता हूँ। ड्रॉ करने के बाद फिर मेरे असिस्टेंट जो हैं वो साथ साथ मेरे चलते हैं। ड्रॉ करने के बाद उसको फिर वो पक्का कर देता हूँ मैं। मेरे बड़े कहेंगे कि आप काम को स्टार्ट कीजिए, आपको कुछ भी करना है आप उसको स्टार्ट कीजिए, फिर आगे का रास्ता जो अपने आप खुलता जाता है। वो अपने आप बताएगा कि मैं यहाँ से टेढ़ा हूँ, मैं यहाँ से पतला हूँ, यहाँ से मोटा हूँ, यहाँ से शेप ठीक नहीं है। ये टेक्निकली होता है, ये एक्सपीरियंस है हम लोगों का, जैसे इसको तजुर्बा कह सकते हैं आप।
Today, wood is scarce and ivory banned, and Dhawan had to find an alternative to keep the family business going. In a society where there is a growing awareness about the dangers of deforestation, he brought in a new revolution. He tweaked his technique a little and started working on refurbished wood. While giving a new lease of life to discarded furniture, he is doing business in the most eco-friendly manner.
मैं फायर वुड को संदल वुड में बदलता हूँ, जैसे कि मतलब कहने का मतलब जो जलाने लायक लकड़ी होती है लोगों के, जिसको वेस्ट समझा जाता है, मैं उसको रिसाइकिल करके यूज़ करके दोबारा आइटम्स बना देता हूँ। उसके ऊपर अपना काम करके एक्सपोर्ट होता है। इस प्रकार से हम बहुत एक्सपोर्ट करा है, बहुत लोगों को सेल्फ एम्प्लॉय करा है, सब कुछ करा है। जैसे कि आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे, अभी भी ओल्ड को प्रेफर करते हैं क्योंकि उसका लाइफ बढ़ा देते हैं हम लोग। उसका जैसे अभी ज़िंदगी ख़त्म हो गया, उसको 100-200 साल की ज़िंदगी फिर मिल जाती है।
Ivory was most naturally replaced by ebony and camel bone. When bone is chiseled, smoothened and cut into desired shapes, its off-white appearance strongly resembles the richness of ivory. While decorative furniture inlaid with bone can cost hundreds of thousands rupees, he makes a cheaper alternative for the domestic market as well. Here, elaborate inlay gives way to design-conscious and utility-based home decor products enhanced with a touch of marquetry. While the technique of inlay remains the same, bone is replaced with a much cheaper synthetic material, acrylic. With these design and material innovations, there are chances that the story of wood inlay will continue for a few more centuries in this new avatar. The nation might have honoured this artist with the Shilp Guru Award, which is a Lifetime Achievement Award, but then it stops there. Awareness about his complicated work of art is low, and most retail customers don't shy away from crude bargaining. A sad state of affairs indeed. It is time for us to go on a short break here. I will see you in less than a minute.
Coming up, a tale of beautiful bangles and mouth-watering cuisines.
Welcome back. The romantics will tell you that the sweet chimes of bangles on a woman's hand can inspire poetry. The colors can fascinate, and sometimes the music can talk. This week's story is about these bangles and the makers of those beautiful things.
From children to girls to married women and even to the legendary Bollywood stars like Sridevi, dancing to the chime of her bangles. These round, circular, artistically adorned vessels of beauty have always had a strong hold on our Indian culture. Bangles have existed since the 2600 BC, proves the excavated figurines of Mohenjo-daro from the Indus Valley era, the first urban settlement of mankind. Worn as an important part of jewellery, bangles since then have a traditional importance where it becomes play for the girls, pride for a married woman and grace thereafter.
जो लाख बैंगल्स की चूड़ियाँ हैं ये ट्रेडिशनल आर्ट है और इसको ज़्यादातर पॉपुलर ये सुहाग चूड़ी से मशहूर है। सुहाग जब नई शादी दुल्हन की शादी होती है तो ये सबसे पहले सुहाग के रूप में इसी को पहनाया जाता है और वो सुहागन मानी जाती है। और ये ट्रेडिशनल आर्ट जो हमारी चूड़ियों का है ये सांस्कृतिक काल से पुराना चलता आ रहा है, तो उसी हिसाब से इसको ऑल ओवर इंडिया के अंदर इस ट्रेडिशनल आर्ट की बनी हुई हाथ की कला की चूड़ियों को बहुत लाइक करते हैं।
My search for handmade bangles brings me to the doors of Babu Khan and his family, living in Delhi for the past 50 odd years. Originally from Rajasthan, he, along with his father Jamal Maniyar, brought the traditional lakh bangles from the land of the Rajput kings to the capital city. Photographs from his foreign travels and others with N.K. Narayan, Sonia Gandhi and many more show that this art stands recognized and appreciated. For this, he thanks his father and the great legacy and tradition that they all are a part of.
कलाकारी और पढ़ाई जो है उसका कोई अंत नहीं है। ये सुबह से लेकर शाम तक करो, शाम से लेकर सुबह तक करो, कोई अंत नहीं है। दिल्ली में आने के बाद में यही काम किया और मैंने होश संभाला, उसके बाद में मैंने यही काम किया आज तक, और अब मेरे बेटे पोते भी यही काम कर रहे हैं और इसी से हमारा पहले से अब बहुत अच्छे हैं हम, क्योंकि इसकी फैशन भी चल गई और फिर बाहर मुल्कों में भी लोग याद करते हैं, बुलाते हैं।
Lac is a natural organic resin which is collected from the cocoons of the beetle from the forests of Bihar and West Bengal. Working on a small iron table with a pit filled with hot coal, Babu Khan melts away a rod of raw red lac until it regains its original moist form. Simultaneously rolling the molten lac, he maintains the temperature of the compound. Next, he coats it with other colored lac pieces. After applying different hues, he rolls out a thin strip and we see the colors mixing together. This is then cut and joined. An aluminium ring is heated and placed inside to provide stability. A dip in water and there you have it, a bangle. Using the same technique, he is able to produce bangles of different sizes and mold them to a desired shape. The color used for layering the bangles is also made in the same manner. Raw lac is heated on the coal pit and brought to a soft consistency. To this, he adds a spoonful of powdered golden color, which is then enveloped and heated. It is then slowly mixed to give a golden shine.
आगे काम करने के लिए, ट्रेनिंग देने के लिए, बच्चों को सिखाने के लिए हमारे को गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से बहुत सहायता मिलती है, इंडिया गवर्नमेंट से, और हम उन बच्चों को भी सिखाते हैं जो कि इस काम को, कला को सीखना चाहते हैं, और हम चाहते हैं कि ये कला और भी आगे बढ़ती रहे, और जो भी सीखना चाहता है उसके अंदर ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लगता है, इसको जल्दी सिखा दिया जाता है। ये प्रोसीजर ऐसा है और इसके लिए कोई परेशानियां नहीं आती है।
Dyed in vibrant colors, lac bangles are decorated with semi-precious stones, mirrors and glass. Small artificial diamonds are heated a bit and stuck onto the bangle. The eyes cannot elude the now shiny product. As a National Merit Awardee, Babu Khan has been making lac bangles for 40 good years and now runs his small lac bangle shop in Karol Bagh's Ragarpura along with his children. Passing on the knowledge of his art onto them, one hopes that this art continues to live and adorn.
हमारा जो काम है ये पुश्तैनी काम है, काफ़ी सालों से चलता आ रहा है ये, और हम सब जने मिलकर इस काम को करते हैं और आगे भी बढ़ावा देना चाहते हैं और आगे भी मुकम्मल रहे ये काम।
The story of the bangle maker's origin is just as interesting. Under the Mughals, many like Babu Khan's family converted to Islam. While they are Muslims by religion, Babu Khan and his family hold the strong Rajasthani cultural identity dear to their heart. And what can be more of a unifying Rajasthani element than these gorgeous lac bangles?
Now these you can find in an array of colors, designs and sometimes even shapes. It predates the year of the Lord, so it binds the past and the present in a single unbroken circle. All this history in just a bangle. In the olden days, bangles had a spiritual purpose as well. They were said to be the harbingers of good omen. Today, it is more of a fashion statement and has made many an appearance on international runways, which means this is a good time for a bangle maker. Well, on that note, it's time for us to go on a short break, but I will see you on the other side with a yummy session.
Coming up, the best of food trails.
Welcome back. In the past 50 odd episodes, I have had the pleasure of sampling a variety of delicacies. So on this week's episode, we take a whirlwind tour of all food cultures visited.
To understand the true spirit of this city, take a cycle rickshaw ride in Old Delhi. The walled city is teeming with life and has an array of amazing edible miracles. The soft swirls of jalebis, the appealing display of fried chicken at every street corner, not to mention the sevais for sale near Jama Masjid. There are other places that tickle the taste buds of a true Delhiite, like the delicious and filling Kati rolls at the street-side eatery Chaurangi Lane in Karol Bagh, or the quick and healthy fruit snack point on Kasturba Gandhi Marg. And if you are looking for an inexpensive sit-down meal, none can beat the deal you'd get at Triveni Tea Terrace.
Some places are known by the food they serve. At the Triveni Tea Terrace, the Shami kebab is the one that is most famous. So I've just tried it here and I have to say that it is melt in your mouth soft.
Once I ate at Nazir, the inexpensive yet high on flavor food hub in Ganesh Nagar, and was thoroughly impressed by the speed of their service and the chicken lollipops served.
And about the taste, give me a minute. This is really crunchy, spiced just perfectly with a slight sprinkling of chaat masala, and this is what I call the perfect finger food.
Of course, I did try many vegetarian dishes in my quest for good food. One place I'd recommend is Rosanne Cafe on South Avenue, thus, where you'd get first-class tiffin items, pure vegetarian and purely South Indian.
I might be from the south of India, but dosa is most definitely not my favorite item. And the uttapam, on the other hand, which is actually an offshoot of the dosa, is a completely different story altogether because it is as creative as you want it to be.
Now, I did tell you that Delhi is a melting pot of cultures and cuisines. If you stop by at Lajpat Nagar, an exquisite and tempting array of mouth-watering Afghani treats await at the Kabul restaurant. If you are in a mood to splurge, then head to Sidi at the Claridge's. The setting is dreamy and romantic with Moroccan lambs and a gurgling stream. The food is very Mediterranean, like the jumbo prawns served with grilled vegetables and sautéed in olive oil.
Absolutely fresh prawns. You can really sense and feel the taste of the sea there. And it's cooked to near perfection, because if you cook the prawns for too long, it tends to get rubbery. Here it's just absolutely perfect and you can taste the real freshness of the dish.
But the best of treats are the ones you come across in the most unexpected of places. Like the Ethiopian Cultural Center. There the chefs busied themselves in the super swanky kitchen to cater to my order, and I was served a gorgeous, generous helping of freshly prepared injera, their national dish, which I tried along with various curries known as wats.
I've noticed that the Ethiopian dishes are very mildly spiced. So the cumin, for instance, which is an Ethiopian spinach dish, you can actually taste the very flavors of the spinach right there. I even took part in the Ethiopian coffee brewing ceremony, huddled near the fire and helped roast those coffee beans. Another time, I walked into a Parsi temple where I met Mrs. Bagley, who helps decode Parsi cuisine. She had organized quite a spread, and I must tell you that the mutton dansak, served with caramelized rice and kebabs, were quite something. Also, just as amazing is the patrani machi, fish gift wrapped in a banana leaf and steamed until tender. I completely enjoyed this dish. It is really tasty. The coconut, the green chili, the coriander and the fish, they come together so well, and it kind of reminds me of the tenga chutney we have back in Kerala. But of course this is a different take to it, and I think it's a very good dish. At Rosanne Cafe, I sampled cuisine from 8 northeastern states, and I'm sure the vegetarians would love their roast black gram stew, an Assamese delicacy called mati dal. Wild red rice from Manipur, Sikkim's kukura masu or chicken fry, the dry green peas curry called uti, and the Naga bamboo shoot chutney were all fabulous. The thali I have here is a riot of flavors. There is the dal, which is very creamy and thick and very less on spices, and then there is the chicken curry, which is very familiar to me because I've tasted similar flavors in the cuisine of the southern part of India. But then again, it is very light. The masalas are not heavy, but then the flavors are. And then there is the chutney. My goodness, it is made using the king chili, which is this one, and it's horribly spicy. So it is a perfect blend of creamy, flavorful and spicy cuisine. And then there is the red rice, which is very high on iron content and is supposed to be absolutely good for women, both young and old. At Shapurjat, you can lounge at the Potbelly Rooftop Cafe and take in gourmet bihari. Apart from the obvious litti choka, they have the Dana Jamarua Thali, which has potatoes and aubergines served with rotis, sabudana pakoras, pudina chutney, tisi chutney and aubergine choka or mash. And when it comes to dessert, you could always check out kulfis at Roshandi Kulfi or try the yogurts at Red Mango, because this is the latest food revolution. It was not an easy task narrowing down on food places and food items that caught my fancy. I have had to distance myself from the situation and look at it through very critical eyes. But in doing so, I have learned so much more about the multicultural and multi-ethnic country of ours, and also about the food influences that shaped each cuisine. Well, it's time for me to say goodbye on the show. Do write to us through our Facebook page. Goodbye and take good care.